Ezra's Eagle. The Ezra's Eagle prophecy about the future of America from the Apocrypha, gaining popularity thanks to the work of Michael Rush and discussed recently by Glenn Beck. After 70 years in captivity, following the Babylonian siege on Jerusalem, the Jews are allowed to return to and rebuild Jerusalem. 4 key players are mentioned in the Bible, see above. Ezra and Daniel both have a dream/vision seeing separate things, but representing the same thing. Daniel's vision is in the Bible, Ezra's is in the Apocrypha. Ezra is shown the meaning of the dream, Daniel is not. 2 Ezra 12, 11 through 12. Nehemiah rebuilds the walls of Jerusalem, Zerubbabel rebuilt the temple, Daniel was the prophet, and Ezra was the high priest of the temple. So what is the Apocrypha? The Apocrypha bridges the gap between the Old Testament and the New Testament. Why isn't it in the Bible? It was, up until around the early 1800s. For hundreds of years, Christians couldn't agree upon its canonicity because it couldn't be verified, i.e. the Hebrew translation. It was also cheaper than to print the Bible without. So it just stopped being included in the Bible, although the Catholic Church kept it. When the Hebrew translation was finally found, no one really cared to re-include it in the Bible. This is what caused Joseph Smith to pray about whether he should translate the Apocrypha or not. At the time he was translating the Bible, the Lord told him, "Verily thus saith the Lord unto you concerning the Apocrypha, there are many things contained therein that are true, and it is mostly translated correctly. There are many things contained therein that are not true, which are interpolations by the hands of men. Verily I say unto you that it is not needful that the Apocrypha should be translated. Therefore whoso readeth, let him understand, for the Spirit manifesteth truth. And whoso is enlightened by the Spirit shall obtain benefit thereof. And whoso receiveth not by the Spirit cannot be benefited. Therefore it is not needful that it should be translated. Amen." That's Doctrine and Covenants 91, 1 through 6. The Prophecy of Ezra's Eagle, an apocryphal prophecy about the last days. Ezra sees a 3-headed eagle rise out of the sea. 2 Ezra 11:1. There's 20 feathers in total, 12 normal feathers, 8 short/contrary feathers. 6 feathers on the left side, they're all short/contrary feathers. 4 feathers are grouped together, and 2 feathers are by themselves. 14 feathers are on the right side, 12 regular, 2 short/contrary feathers. 2 Ezra 11, 1, 3, 11, 12 through 24. The eagle spread its wings over all the earth. 2 Ezra 11, 2. The 3-headed eagle, it's asleep. 2 Ezra 11, 4. The middle head is bigger than the other 2. 2 Ezra 11, 4. God tells him that this eagle represents a great nation that will precede the second coming in the last days. 2 Ezra 11, 36 through 37, 12, 13, and 31 through 34. This eagle's influence is felt all throughout the world. 2 Ezra 11, 5 through 6. What other nation has as much influence as America? None. We know we're in the last dispensation prior to the second coming. The Book of Mormon teaches that America is a land of promise, a special land. The New Jerusalem will be built upon the American continent. The eagle is a symbol of America. Keep reading to see proof that this prophecy is about America. God tells him that the individual feathers represent the reigns of respective kings, or, as will be shown later, U.S. presidents. The eagle wakes up and starts talking to each of the feathers, paraphrasing, "Each of you sleep until it's your turn to reign, but the heads will reign last." 2 Ezra 11, 7 through 9. Feather recap. There's 20 feathers in total, 14 normal feathers, 6 contrary feathers. Contrary means they're short. There's something abnormal about their time of reign. 2 Ezra 12, 19 through 20. 14 feathers on the right side, 12 normal, 2 contrary. 6 feathers on the left side, 4 contrary in one group, 2 contrary other feathers. 2 Ezra 11, 1, 3, 11 through 24. 6 short feathers on the left. 4 will be kept until their end approaches, 2 will be kept until the end. 2 Ezra 12, 21. 2 short feathers on the right. The second one will finish his time around the middle. 2 Ezra 12, 19 through 21. The first king begins and ends his time to reign. 2 Ezra 11, 12 through 13, starting with the right side. The second feather / king begins his reign and is told, verbatim, "Before thou beginnest to appear no more, there shall none after thee attain unto thy time, neither unto the half thereof." Translation: when your time is up, no one will serve half as long as you will, meaning you'll serve twice as long as any of the other feathers. 2 Ezra 11, 13 through 17. The longest feather out of all of them is the second one. The entire prophecy of it representing America hangs on this part right here. Franklin D. Roosevelt is the second feather, the longest out of all of them. Franklin D. Roosevelt was the only U.S. president to serve for 4 terms, 1933 to 1945. Following his death, Congress implemented presidential term limits. Presidents can now only serve for up to 2 terms. Each of the successive kings on the right side take their rule at their appointed times. 2 Ezra 11, 18 through 22. If Franklin D. Roosevelt is the second of the 14 feathers, then we can easily put into place the presidents that followed him, ending with Barack Obama. And the second of the 2 short feathers would have his time in the middle. The first short feather was Kennedy, who was assassinated. The second short feather was Nixon, who resigned the presidency due to scandal. Nixon was the 7th feather, exactly in the middle. By now, all the feathers / kings have served their times and are no more. 2 Ezra 11, 22. So we now go to the left side. This is where things start to get good. The right side, all the feathers are gone. All the kings have gone. The 2 small feathers on the left side are by themselves. Leave the left side and go hide under the head of the eagle on the right side. 2 Ezra 11, 23 through 24. So we have 2 hiding feathers and 4 public feathers. The 4 public feathers fought to set up themselves and to have the rule. 2 Ezra 11, 25. Remember, these are all short feathers, meaning something will be different about each of their presidencies. And I beheld, and lo, there was one set up, but shortly it appeared no more. 2 Ezra 11, 26. Feather number 1, or king number 15, is Donald Trump, the surprise 2016 win over Clinton, the most volatile president we've ever had, who clearly had his second term stolen from him. Joe Biden, former vice president to Barack Obama, becomes president fraudulently, succeeding Donald Trump, becoming the second short feather. And the second was sooner away than the first. 2 Ezra 11, 27. Sooner away than the first. Presumably, Biden won't finish his term as president, but he's already stepped away from seeking re-election due to the effects of old age. So either he's a short feather in that he stepped down from seeking a second term, or something will cause him to not finish his term. Death, resignation, forced out. The popular belief is that he won't finish his term, as of August 23rd, 2024, when this video was made. And I beheld, and lo, the 2 that remained thought also in themselves to reign. Ezra 11, 28. Trump and Kamala both have every intention of reigning. But while they think to reign, the middle head wakes up, causing the other heads to wake up, and it eat up the 2 feathers under the wing that would have reigned. 2 Ezra 11, 28 through 31. Does this mean that we may have a declared winner, but that the president-elect won't actually be sworn in? If neither Trump nor Kamala, then who? And what would cause this to happen? This middle eagle, possibly a specific individual, though probably a group entity, puts the entire earth at fear, ruling with extreme oppression. It has more power throughout the entire earth than any of the previous kings before it. But its time of reign doesn't last long, experiencing a painful death in its or his bed. 2 Ezra 11, 29 through 33, 12, 26. The two remaining eagle heads now fight against each other, with the one on the right winning. Eventually the one on the right will later kill itself. 2 Ezra 11, 34 through 35, 12, 28. But before the right one can kill itself, after having killed the one on the left, a lion who represents Jesus Christ comes out of the woods and speaks to the eagle. I will talk with you, and the highest will say to you, aren't you the last of the four beasts whom I made to rule the world I created, that the end of their times may come through them? 2 Ezra 11, 36 through 39. Concerning this fourth beast, rules with great fear and power over the whole earth, does not rule with truth, afflicts the meek, hurts the peaceable, loves liars, and destroys the houses of honest business owners. 2 Ezra 11, 40 through 42. The lion continues, telling the eagle head that his most wrongful dealings and pride have come unto the Most High God. God has declared that his pride has come to an end, that his abominations are now over. The entire kingdom of the eagle will be no more, so that the earth may be refreshed, being delivered from violence, waiting for God's judgment and mercy. 2 Ezra 11, 43 through 46. While the lion is speaking, the last two short feathers come out of hiding and set up their kingdoms. Their kingdoms are small and don't last very long, being full of chaos. 2 Ezra 12, 1 through 3. God tells them that these kingdoms are saved for the last, chosen by God to rule in the end times. Their kingdoms are small, being full of trouble. 2 Ezra 12:30. When the last two kingdoms fall, the body of the eagle begins to burn up, causing great fear among the nations. 2 Ezra 12:3. Ezra then wakes up, being very troubled by the dream. He asks God for the interpretation, which is then given. 2 Ezra 12, 6 through 35. I've interspersed the interpretation side by side the vision, as given in the scriptural references. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.